should do everything you can to save your marriage, if only for your kids' sake. This includes considering alternatives to divorce. Of course, in some circumstances, divorce is unavoidable. In either case, if you're a man facing a crisis in your marriage, let us help you at Cordell & Cordell. Remember, we're the partner men can count on.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln, Cordell & Cordell, 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska, 68508.
RC's Boxing presents this Saturday at the Complex amateur fights with a little bare-knuckle bite. Some of Nebraska's best amateur boxing, along with a professional bare-knuckle bout between Jack Lawless Frericks and Jake Palmer, and a kickboxing bout between Demorio Dennis and Eric Murray Jr. Go get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com, where you can live stream this event as well. Doors open at 6 p.m. and first bout is at 7 p.m. this Saturday at the Complex at 1555 Yolanda Avenue.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and the hail sale has been a huge success, but is winding down. We still though have several units with huge discounts. Plus, we have brand new Sierras, $14,000 off list, or starting at $37,105, or 0.9% APR on select new models. Yes, you heard right. $14,000 off or 0.9% APR on new Sierras starting at $37,105. So please check us out at cobblecars.com. All deals with roof credit, stock number G289358.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service. But it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free. So visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day, Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East Sports coach, Ahman Gray.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, good morning on this tremendous Thursday morning. It is absolutely beautiful outside. We got me and Nick holding it down. We got a guest that's going to be coming in as well, Dennison, and we're going to cue him in here in a little bit. We got Raff holding it down in Huntsville. Raff, please tell me it's not raining still, bro.
Oh, it's been raining, thundering, lightning all night long.
So straight and Lionel Richie all night long.
All night long.
I think we stick to letting him sing that one there, Raffy.
So Raff, is today more rain all day again?
I think we got a lot of rain, thunder, lightning until about 10, 11, and then slows down, and then a little bit of rain at like 2 or 3 today, and then I think it begins again this evening. So, yeah, I'm going to build an ark, I think.
Dude, I would be losing my mind with as much as rain as you've been getting down there, man. That's just and the ability not to be able to golf would drive me nuts.
What is golf? What is it? I don't even know what a course looks like.
Swim, we're going to dive more into CW Edison in a bit, man. How you been, man? It feels like it's been forever since I've seen you.
It's been a very long time, AD. You've had your own traveling adventures, which I'm going to excited to be getting to talk about that in a little bit. But also, the College World Series has been crazy. It's been up in Omaha the entire week. Mm-hmm. Shout out one last time, and I'm sure we'll talk about them again. But we cannot thank the fine folks at Blur Events for having us out there. Just a spectacular event. Tailgate that they put on, a much needed off day for those people, for the team. Eric, Stacy, McCray, Alex, Reagan, the entire team. They do a phenomenal job putting on tailgates and events. They do so much more than just tailgates, so make sure you check them out. If you're going down to Kansas City for the Husker Cincinnati game, get ready to get tickets. blurevents.com. They're going to be set up out there as well. We're going to be joining them out there for some pregame festivities from Kansas City. It's going to be an awesome time, and Eric and Stacy and their team a much needed day off before they continue the party later this weekend with the championship series. But man, just cannot thank them enough for their continued partnership, number one, but then also allowing us to come out there, do shows all day on Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's such a fun time.
Big shout out to Blur, Eric and Stacy and their team. Like you mentioned, Nick, I was traveling, and I was getting off the plane yesterday in Omaha and just talking to a guy a little bit, and he was talking about he's going to the CWS, our flight from where the heck were you coming from? Arizona. And he goes, "You're from here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I live in Lincoln." And he goes, "You going to CWS?" No. Long story short, he goes, "Yeah, I'm going to the block party." I was like, "Block party?" He goes, "No, Blur." I said, "Blur." He goes, yeah. He goes, "Blur party." I'm like, "Oh, cool." I said, "I got some buddies that are the radio there." I said, "Stop by if you want to check those guys out."
It's an incredible time. They do such a good job, and it's so cool if you're a person that enjoys going to the College World Series simply for the atmosphere, right? Especially if you're not a diehard college baseball fan, but you like the atmosphere. We know some of those people in our lives. Nothing wrong with that, but the Blur makes it a perfect opportunity because you can get beverages, you got food buffets, and they have yard games that they were playing. I got my fair share of darts in this week. And so just shout out to Blur. They make it very, very enjoyable and worth every dime, right? Because if you're going to buy a ticket for a heftier price, you're going to sit there and go, okay, I want to know that I'm going to get, number one, my money's worth in food and beverages, but then also I want to know that I'm going to enjoy my time, and it's going to feel like, okay, you know what, I got what I paid for. And I've never talked to anybody that doesn't feel that way. You can come and go as you please. You wear a wristband and it works all day long. They're open late. They just do an awesome job.
I love it. Definitely check them out. They will be back there Saturday for the game 1. And it's going to be a heck of a series for sure. Old Dad 34, good morning. AD, welcome back, brother. Hey, I tell you what, Old Dad, it's good to be back, man. It feels like forever. It was definitely an adventure Monday through yesterday traveling. Was in Orlando first. And the thing about Orlando, the I-4, if you've been to Orlando before, you know the I-4 is a major roadway down there in Orlando. And unfortunately, there was a semi that was carrying toxic waste exploded on the interstate.
No way.
Yes, it exploded on the interstate. And Dennis and Raff and Nick, a Uber ride that was normally about 35 minutes. I was in there for 3 hours and 5 minutes. And I thank God I was not in the cab because that meter would have kept rolling on a brother. You know what I'm saying?
Did that car have Wi-Fi?
I just used my phone.
There you go.
There was an issue. So we took 3 hours and it was just, you were just sitting there because some people, you finally got up to an exit where you could get out. And then my Uber driver, God bless his soul, you know, there was a major language barrier there. So every time I talked in my phone translator and gave it to him. He'd look and he would just smile at me. And I would say, comprende? He goes, no comprende. I said, okay. So we tried it again. So it was an interesting Uber ride for sure. For 3 hours. And when I got out, he goes, Davis. And he goes, gracias, senor. Gave me a big hug. He was a little guy. He's only about 5'3".
You guys spent a lot of time together.
We spent a lot of time together. There was a lot of, mumbling back and forth.
Yep.
But he got me there safely, which was key. So spoke in Florida for the Florida Clerks and Comptrollers Association there in Orlando. Beautiful. But I tell you what, as much as sweat that was coming off my head, I could have watered the gardens out there. It was brutal. Saw a gator. Did see one because they have a golf course at this facility. Yep. So I wasn't able to do that. But then spoke in Arizona, Phoenix yesterday. AZ got in there. My flight in Arizona was delayed. I got to the airport about 11 o'clock.
Yep.
So 10 o'clock your time. I didn't fly out until 8:50 your time here. So me and Raff, that telepath we got going on, he was like, it reminds me of, and I texted him, the terminal. He goes, oh man, that's scary. The terminal. So, but I just worked. You can't complain about it. So I got an AZ, spoke for Ted Gilmore's, it's called the American Leadership Academy Schools. And it was started up in Utah. Ty Detmer is one of their key executives.
No way.
And so I met Ty Detmer yesterday morning, 1990 Heisman Trophy winner from BYU, played in the pros for a number of years. And he gave me a hard time. He goes, I got a bone to pick with you, man, Nebraska. He goes, you didn't have to beat up my little brother Coy Detmer that bad when you played.
What was it? Was it hotter in Orlando or in Phoenix?
Oh, it was brutal in Phoenix. When we got there, it was still like 100-something degrees. When I flew out yesterday it was about 105 degrees outside.
But it was dry. Why you're wearing a hoodie now? Because it's a little chilly.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. It was chilly outside. But it was dry heat, though.
Yeah,
it was dry heat. But you know what? At the end of the day, you just thank God that everybody made it safe because, my thought and prayers go out to those folks in India with that plane last week, literally. And so every time I'm thinking about being pissed off, I'm like, AD, you made it home safe.
Perception, man.
It is all about perception and perspective, man. It's where it's at. It's like, we're good to go. We're good to go. Folks, we do got a guest in the house, and I'm excited to have Dennison Salisbury here. Dennis, good morning to you, man.
Good morning to you as well.
Man, Dennison, so tell us, first of all, we were connected by some mutual friends about a month and a half ago.
Yes.
And about an event you have coming up and why it's coming up. But Dennison, tell us about yourself and tell us why this event that you decided to put it on.
So about a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with this disease called DRESS syndrome. It stands for drug-reactive and eosinophilic systemic symptoms. What that means is, have you ever seen those commercials that say, don't take this medicine if you're allergic to this medicine? You don't know until you take it. And that's the problem. So I had a knee injury. I took an anti-inflammatory medicine and it actually worked, but turns out my organs are horribly allergic to it, resulting in this. And so my body essentially failed. It gave up, and it took a long time to find what was actually going on through different doctors, 19 different doctors I've seen, still going through it, horrible rashes, failure, different things, a lot of lifestyle changes. It's really changed me, not just at that time, but as a person. And so what I'm trying to do is raise awareness for this type of situation, this rare disease, but for anything that can affect you medically. And my overall goal with this is to leave the world a better place than what I walked into, a healthier place.
You know what you just said there, Dennison. We mentioned a mutual friend of ours, John Goodwin, who's the executive director of the Malone Community Center. And I've known, me and John grew up together. His dad was a pastor. My dad was a pastor, but that's why he does what he does. His dad told him that same exact thing.
Really?
Leave it better than what you found it.
I didn't know that, truthfully.
Absolutely.
But that's the message that I want to leave. But that's also what I want the world to be is better than what I came in. And the reason being is the pain that you go through is significant in any situation. I remember there was one day, Aaron, that I was actually angry at my disease. I was sitting at home. I had about a week and a half off of work because of all these appointments, things going on. I was watching Price is Right. And then it was one of those commercials. And I see like all these people just dancing, like the old ones. It's like, here's this medication.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, but you can feel this much better. And it made me remember everybody has something.
That's right.
So all you can do is make a positive difference. So this event, what I'm doing is it's a fundraiser. It's a charity event. It's essentially an overall show, but it's raising awareness, but also money. And every cent goes to 4 different things. So the primary amount of money raised through donations is going through Dress syndrome research. And then I'm working with 3 other organizations. The Childhood Leukemia Foundation, because it affects a few people that are close to me. But then there's also John Harris through Prime Basketball Club. He does amazing work through there. And so portion of those benefits are going to go towards him, as well as everybody gets a chance through Malachi Hopkins.
Right.
I've been through his events and he does a great amount of work to essentially promote youth sports developments. And they're going to actually be speaking at my event together for a period of time. And that's at Robbers Cave. And it's going to be so cool to see them collaborate and talk about something that they're passionate about.
Dennis, we've had Malachi on the show before. Raff brought him on, and he just, I've known Malachi before he was born. I've known his mom since we were young, but Malachi's done a tremendous job. But of course, John Harris, his family has been a beacon and a pillar in this community for years. And John Harris's grandfather is Albert Maxey, longtime Nebraska police officer, played basketball here, and just a pillar community as well. How rare, and I was looking this up on the airplane last night, tell the folks how rare the Dress syndrome is.
It's very underdiagnosed. There is very minimal cases. They say 1 in 10,000 for each drug that is essentially administered to someone. So let's say somebody's given like Celebrex, as for me. 10,000 people get that medicine. That specific one person gets it. And what's really scary about it is 1 in 10 people that have this disease altogether end up passing away at a very short period of time. I'm very fortunate that I've had the opportunity to live because I have the will to live, to continue to live. But not everyone does. And the more we can learn about it, the more we can change the world.
Dennis, and tell us about the date of the event.
So the event at Robbers Cave is on August 9th. That's going to be from 3:30 to 9 p.m. And essentially what we've set it to be is a variety show. And our Facebook event just went live today. We're going to be doing promotions of all the people involved with it. But we've had so many amazing people in the community helping us out. We have Jason Hawkins, who's ran Campus Life here in town for a long time. He's going to be doing trivia, working with the silent auction, and emceeing it a little bit. We have a comedian, Zach Peterson, who's going to be doing 4 15-minute sets of comedy. We have a few people doing haircuts during the time, including one of my cousins. We have chiropractic adjustments going on for people who've been treated before. We have link jewelry being done, jewelry cleaning. We have catering through Butterfly Bakery. They're helping out. We just have a lot of people who've just come together to support a better cause.
Dennis, when you sent me the original agenda, I was just blown away by the number of people in this community. It reminds me, Nick and Raff, of Give to Lincoln. We live in a very, very giving community. Every community has their issues, of course, but when you focus on the good, that's why when Raff's Good Take, we do a segment every day before we close the show at 10:45, 10:50 about the good that's going on in the community. An event like this cannot be easy, though. There's a lot of moving parts in it.
Aaron, I tell you what, this has been about a year in the making so far. But the last thing you can do is rush it, because once you rush it, you force it, and it doesn't turn out the way. You have to find the right people who have the right message. And that's part of why today I want to bring up John and Malachi so much. Working with them and seeing that they don't just have something that they do or care about. They have their vocation, both through in life as well as through charity work, fundraising, something they're passionate about. So you have to find this culture of people who care about something greater than themselves. And when you find those people, you have a connection with them. And that's really, really cool.
August 9th and it goes from 3:30 to 9 p.m. Correct?
Correct, sir.
3:30 to 9 p.m. And folks, I'm looking at this schedule. There's so much on here that's going to be a great time. Comic book signing with Bob Hall. Tell us about that.
So Bob Hall, amazing individual. He's actually, I think, at a Comic-Con right now. But he was one of the initial pencilers for all the Marvel and Avengers comics, for the Hulk, for Spider-Man, all these different things. He's just such a giving person. And he's been doing the penciling and drawing for comic books for years. I mean, Shadow Man, like I said, Spider-Man, Hulk, everything. And he's going to be there helping out with caricatures and comic book signings.
You know, it's too bad AG's not on one of the other co-hosts, because he's just a major fanatical fan of comics and Comic-Con and all those things, man. Comic-Con. 5:15 to 6:30. Now tell me about the dog petting zoo. So I can bring my little dog Louie?
Therapy dog.
He provides me a lot of therapy.
Well, if therapy
except
dog
when
is
he
service
blows
dog.
up the house.
So Uplifting Paws, this great community who actually helped trade our dog Barney to be a therapy dog. They're going to be around with it, and it's going to be this kind of dog petting zoo. But every dog is going to be a service dog or therapy dog, so they have to be well trained. We're going to have that going on, and then we have this amazing person, Dr. Haley Beer. She lectures both at UNL and UNL, as well as both of the zoos here and at Henry Dorley, and she's going to be talking about how much therapy animals can have a positive impact in people's life, both physically, emotionally, mentally, all the above. And I'm kind of giving her free reign, and she seems like she's going to roll with it. I'm a little nervous.
No one's bringing any pit bulls or Rottweilers, are they?
If they're a therapy dog, we trust them.
Right.
You know, but well trained. But you are allowed to bring your dog as long as you can prove. Yeah, no. But I'm excited to see what she talks about. And we also have the other person speaking is Dr. Lee Sutton. She's the one who initially diagnosed me. She's the one who found it. She's the one who really changed my life and changed my course of treatment. And she's going to be talking about the importance of recognition of symptoms, but how you need to address everything immediately and just health. And again, I just can't emphasize enough my appreciation for the support of the people around me.
Dennis, before we let you go, man, how are you doing physically right now?
I've gone through a lot of changes, and anyone who's known me throughout the past year can see that I've been up and down about 60, 70 pounds. I have trouble moving long distances. I have become lethargic at times, and it's difficult. But I have a will to live and a will to thrive. And I'm very fortunate with what I do as a career, that it keeps me moving, in a family and support system that helps me be the best person I can. And all I can do is give back to those people.
Well, on the tough days, what do you tell yourself?
Well, I go back to The Price is Right, like I said, in that commercial in between, and I realize everybody's got something going on. Either you let it define you or you define it.
Goodness gracious. Awesome. Raff, you got a question before we let him go, man?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say that I just love that instead of saying why me, you said what can I do, and that's just awesome. And you're just, it just, I don't know, it makes me just emotional. Just that we have so many of these types of people in the community. We hear so much bad every day, but you're a good one. And man, I commend you and everything that you're doing, and whatever you need. I know that me, AD, and Nick are there to help out whatever you need.
Sir, I appreciate that so much, but don't call me a good one. You don't know me personally yet, so wait to have an opinion. I'll tell you that much.
Well, by you doing this speaks a lot, man. By you doing
Thank
this speaks a lot.
Sincerely, thank you.
And when you just saying that, it reminds me, if you've seen The Equalizer 3, and he asks, he goes, "Are you a good man or you a bad man?" He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "I knew you were a good man because you didn't say yes." He goes, "The bad ones always say, yeah, I'm a good man." We all got our faults, but you've used a setback and to make a comeback and encourage others, man. The will to live. You don't let it define you, you define it. Folks, that event is going to be August 9th, 3:30 to 9 p.m. 3:30 to 9 p.m.
3:30 to 9 p.m. The Facebook event just went live. It's called Dress to Impress.
On Facebook.
On
Dress to
Facebook.
Impress.
And then there'll be flyers out. We have a QR code. For the people who have been so kind and gracious to help out, yourself included, we do have free admission. However, everyone else, you can buy the tickets beforehand. We have all the forms, but it's a $20 ticket, and we'll have you on a list. We'll get you in, but you can also come day of if you decide to just show up randomly, because the more people that can help and make a difference, the better. And I got to tell you, I want to give a shout out to Dexy Kraut, who works with Robbers Cave. She has been nothing but just helpful and worked around my schedule as well as around hers, but she has just gone out of her way to make this happen as well and just organize so much. And Robbers Cave and everyone there has been excellent to be a part of.
Folks, that is the man himself, Dennis in Salisbury, and I tell you what, he's truly making a difference with something that happened. And like Raff said, not why me, but what can I do about this? And he's doing a lot. We definitely want to have you back on before the event if you'd like to. That's totally up to you, but we'd love to have you back on to give one last push for it. And again, your Facebook page they can go to?
Dress to Impress.
You bet. Folks, we are going to be back in a few minutes to address some issues that are going on in sports, and good ones, though. We'll be back. It's The Drive.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Play ball! Ready for summer fun and ballpark vibes? Bring your pack to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. From May through August, the Lincoln Salt Dogs will be playing and the park will be popping with all the food, drinks, and fun you need for the perfect night out. Grab your friends, family, and coworkers and make plans now. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets. Come on out to the park and unleash the fun.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Summer is here, and it's time for Acres postseason planter parts sale. Save big on all in-stock John Deere planter parts. Get an automatic 10% off your purchase, or get 15% off when you spend $5,000 or more. Buy over $10,000 and get a whopping 20% off. Visit your local Acres location today and stock up on planter parts and save thousands. Hurry, this sale ends August 31st or while supplies last. Acres, your John Deere dealer.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. make flying easy.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at lincolnstars.com today before it sells out.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. Raff, you absolutely nailed it regarding Denison, man. I mean, you don't have to let those situations define you. And I just thought that was spot on, Raff. Pretty well done on that comic. It was just, I'm just sitting here looking at the dude and just thinking about all what he's been through and going through, but yet maintains that attitude towards it. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah. Just like, I mean, you can sit back and like, I mean, like that happening, like you said, like 1 in 10. And it's like, you could sit back and why was I the one? But instead, you know, instead of sitting back and, you know, feeling bad for himself, he's going out and trying to make changes and trying to, you know, find a cure and trying to, you know, make things better for everybody else that is dealing with that. So it's amazing. It's amazing. So I hope the community comes together and, it helps them out, and it sounds it's an awesome event. That's the cool thing. And like, you know, we've had Malachi on, you know, he's a great speaker, and anytime you can deal with dogs, I mean, that right there, I mean, that's the best. Unless they're sleeping in your bed and they take up the entire bed, then it's not. Oh, maybe I'm sorry, I went on to my own tangent. Lolo's decided that the bed is hers, so the last 2 nights I've been a pretzel.
Lola, look at you like, look, bro, I was here first. One-eyed Ray, good morning. He goes, after the 3-hour trip, did you hit the old $3 tip button? He's talking about the Uber ride. I did. He was a good guy, man. Like I said, it was 3 hours. So, but it is what it is, and got there safely. And hearing a story like Denison's, it puts everything in perspective for sure. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected rep since 1999. Can help protect your home, vehicle, family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Services can help and serve you. Nick, Raff, you guys had a lot of – Nick, you were there at the games. Raff, you were paying close attention. I was just kind of catching the updates because I was up and down in the air, et cetera. How does Arkansas, you think, besides the obvious, they got to be sick this morning, though, right, Raff? Right, Nick?
Yeah, Raff, I'll let you go first because I have a lot of thoughts on it, and I want to hear your thoughts.
All right. My first thought is
who won, Raff? Let me know the score.
Well, Arkansas lost. All I can say is I don't get it. The more I watch, the more Dave Van Horn is cursed in Omaha. I mean, I don't know. They had a double play that they could have had, but they decided to go to third base, which I mean, looking back on it now, that's an error just to where the runners were at. And then you had the hit to left field that probably should have been caught. I mean, it was a hard hit ball, and it basically kind of went off the left fielder's head. And it's just, I don't know. It's just so hard to explain. I feel so bad for Dave Van Horn, because I mean, Dave Van Horn for the last, God, he's been on 27 years. I think he came to Nebraska, was it 99, 90, 98, 99, was just a class individual from day one. He is a class individual, and just that he's dealt such a bad hand, and now he's going to be dealt that the best coach probably not to win a national championship until he wins the national championship. So I feel bad for Arkansas today.
Nick, the only experience I had with the game, viewership of the game, was just watching the replays this morning. And it was just a number of things. But without watching the game like you guys did, I want to leave this mostly to you guys, because I want you to give your analysis, because you've seen it happen in real time. Nick, what's yours, man?
Well, okay, so let's start here. I think, I mean, I said it before the game. I felt like if there was one team that could come all the way from the losers bracket and beat a team twice, no matter who they had to play, I thought it was Arkansas, just because I thought from top to bottom they were one of the better teams in the two brackets. Now, I understand I'm saying that when on the other side of the bracket you have a team that hasn't lost since April 22nd in Coastal Carolina. I mean, they've won 26 games. Their last loss came on April 22nd. The fact that you're able to do that in baseball is spectacular. But here's the thing with Arkansas LSU last night, the way that I would view it, if you did not see the game, is Arkansas took a 2-run lead, 5-3 into the bottom of the ninth inning for LSU's bottom half of the ninth. They were actually up 3, so they were down. I mean, I think it goes before everything that happened in the ninth inning. You go back to the way that Arkansas took the lead. LSU ends up, having a chance to turn a double play. Arkansas had bases loaded with 1 out in the eighth inning, in the top of the eighth inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. It was a routine ground ball to the third baseman. He throws it to second for 1, throws it over to first. It would have, I think, been in time, but the first baseman dropped it. It was a little bit of an inaccurate throw. Squirts by the first baseman slightly, and it allows not 1 but 2 Arkansas runs to score. So then Arkansas takes a 3-2 lead into the bottom of the eighth. Well, then Jared Jones, LSU's most prolific home run hitter, most prolific extra base hitter, he ends up coming up to bat in the bottom of the eighth inning, hits a solo home run to tie it up at 3-3. So then we go to the top of the ninth. Arkansas timely hits. Like, that's the name of the game. We talked about it yesterday on the show, Raff. Like, the name of the game, College World Series, are you able to bring guys in? Are you able to manufacture runs? And yesterday, because one of the biggest stats that I noticed from like the Oregon State-Louisville game was that Oregon State was 0 for 10 at the plate with runners in scoring position. That was a big reason why Oregon State got eliminated. But then last night, runners at second and third for Arkansas in the top of the ninth, and they get a timely base hit that scores 2 runs in the top of the ninth to take a 5-3 lead into the bottom half. And then the pressure starts to mount. And you turn to Gakey in the bottom half of the ninth inning. You feel like, okay, you're in a pretty good spot if you're the Arkansas Razorbacks, and runners are on first and second base, and a routine ground ball with 1 out is hit to your Golden Spikes Award finalist, Vahivi Aloy. Vahivi is a spectacular player. He's going to be a first-round Major League draft pick next month here in a couple of weeks. But I think that we truly saw, guys, the moment get too big. Because if you play that and have that happen in the regular season, there is no doubt in my mind that every single time he's attempting to turn 2. But that was the moment of the College World Series being the College World Series and it getting too big. We know the saying, pressure builds diamonds, it also bursts pipes. And last night, I think we saw Aloy, who is one of the best, once again, a top 3 player in the country. He's a Golden Spikes Award finalist. which is essentially the Heisman Trophy of college baseball. For those that don't know, Alex Gordon won it back in the early 2000s. At the end of the day, I think we saw the moment get too big. And then you go, and I don't mean to ramble here, but as we go forward, okay, the ball always finds you. You always have another chance, right? And all 9 guys in the field have to be ready for their moment. In left field, you have a situation. I truly think that. Let me back up a few steps. I'm sorry. Here's the reason why the double play was actually important. Okay, was because let's just go through this hypothetically speaking. You allow the runner from second to get to third. You have 2 outs, even if you don't get the double play, even if you don't get the third out at first base, you have a force at first and at second base. But instead, now with obviously with 2 outs, and so it's going to take a shot in the gap to score both runs. I mean, it is, and Charles Schwab Field plays big, obviously, but it gives you more options. It allows you to have a force at first or second. Which technically it was the same, because if you get the out at third, then you're still able to get a force at first, second, or third. But then you go back forward to the ball in the outfield. If you watch it, and if you know the layout of Charles Schwab Field, there's those big box lights, the giant light fixtures that face directly in left to left field and face directly to the right fielder. And so if you're in the wrong spot and that ball isn't hit above the lights, then you can very easily lose it because you're not familiar with the ballpark. Yep. And so if you watch the trajectory of the ball that was hit out into left field, it didn't get very high. It was more of a line drive. And so I have a feeling that he ended up losing it in the lights. He took a step back. He had everybody, if you ever played a moment of baseball, the bleep moment, where you realize that he took the wrong angle. And then he just tried to make a play. Yep. And sure, you could have been safer and said, okay, you know what? We're going to let this one drop. I'm going to body it up. But in that moment, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about trying to go make a play to win the game, essentially. Hits off his shoulder, bounces to the wall, and LSU ends up tying the game. This is then where I think, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, I think Dave Van Horn was kind of caught off guard. Because the next hitter up was Jared Jones, who just hit a home run before in the inning before. And there's one side of this conversation to where we felt like we had our best guy on the mound in that moment. We wanted to be competitive. We felt like we could make one pitch and get out of this inning. But then there's also something to be said about respecting the opponent. And I'm not saying that Arkansas willingly did this, but I think that there was a moment where Dave Van Horn, through all his years on that stage, we just said pressure builds diamonds. It also bursts pipes. And I think in that moment, there was a slight mental lapse to not walk Jared Jones, to not intentionally walk Jared Jones. And he ends up hitting a line drive, gets into center field, and that was it.
Yep. You guys, just like I said, for me, just watching the highlights, listening to the interviews, the young man that plays for Arkansas, what's his last?
Cam Kozel.
Kozel, was seeing him, hugging his mom after the game. I just can't imagine. Well, unfortunately, I can't imagine, when you lose a game of that magnitude, knowing you were and that you were leading at the bottom of the ninth, you were leading the game, correct?
Yeah, you were. It's 5-3.
You were winning by 2 points. You just into 2 runs, and to know that you let it slip away.
Well,
again,
I was to say again because 7 years ago in 2018, you had a chance to win a title as well, and you dropped a routine fly ball, and so. I just think that, I can't believe that I'm saying that, because when we talk about some of the best coaches in America, guys, Dave Van Horn's on that list in terms of success. You look at the 2 programs, LSU, Arkansas, over the last 15 years, and LSU goes a little bit deeper than this. They're the two of the most successful college baseball programs in the last 15 years. And when you look at the way Arkansas's lost and been eliminated in the College World Series the last 2 times that they've gotten deep into it, it's just heartbreaker. It is. And once again, I felt like there was, and Dave Van Horn was asked about it in the post game, and he was like, I never thought about it. I've thought about intentionally walking Jones for LSU. And I find it hard to believe that in that moment, that thought process, when the inning before to tie the game in a most clutch moment to that point, that's the one guy that you don't want up if you're Arkansas. You don't want to have to see Jared Jones step into the batter's box. And so
4 for 4 coming up to the plate too.
Yeah, and so it's just it is backbreaking for the Razorbacks, and it's really sad. Like, it's really, really unfortunate. I obviously didn't have a dog in the fight, but it's just, after time and time again, Arkansas has fallen this way. But now it sets up a very intriguing championship series. Obviously, between Coastal Carolina, who I just mentioned hasn't lost since April 22nd. I'm going to drive that stat into the ground because it's fascinating. But then LSU, who's not a vintage LSU team, they play the game different than maybe what we saw from LSU in 2023. They don't have guys that hit home run after home run and are hitting for power. I think the last night, the way they kind of won in the bottom of the ninth, sure, it was helped out and aided by Arkansas's blunders. But ultimately, I think the story of the game last night was that you had a team, a blue blood in college baseball in Arkansas, that when the moment mattered most, they went away from everything that got them to that moment.
This game, like you mentioned, Nick, you look at LSU, they're going after their 8th national title. And of course, Coastal Carolina won its last one in 2016, almost a decade ago. And I'm going to tell you something about Coastal Carolina. I think the folks from Conlon are going to arrive even more so. Their college campus located right outside Myrtle Beach. I mean, first of all, I don't think I would have graduated from Coastal Carolina because I would have been golfing or running the beaches. Who knows what I'd been doing? And remember, they had a chip on their shoulder. Remember, their coach was pissed off.
Yeah, he was
they were
like,
comparing them to Murray State.
Well, and he was like, "Hey, we are the Chanticleers. Get our name right. We're here. We're one of the most successful." And they are. They're one of the more successful baseball programs, especially at the non-Power 5 level the last couple of years. Here's the thing, though. Also, how about this? Speak about fan bases. LSU, I can confirm this because we were talking to some of the folks at Blur, and Blur was a big spot for LSU alumni over this last week or so. And I was talking to them. I was like, man, I'm surprised there's not more LSU alumni here. Guess what? They told me yesterday that let's see, I got to get, my days have been kind of mixed up here. On Tuesday night, that LSU fans, they flew all their PJs. They flew back down to Baton Rouge and told everybody, hey, we're coming back if we make the championship series. So they'll be flying back in on Saturday morning. They'll be flying back in to go to the championship series. So LSU fans, they went back down to Baton. Most of them, the very, very notable people, they flew back down to Baton Rouge on Tuesday night. Have not been in Omaha since Tuesday night. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they'll hang out in Baton Rouge, do their thing, make millions of dollars, and then Saturday morning fly back up and go to the championship series. So it's gonna be a really, really exciting couple of days.
Well, I'll tell you what, as we go, Raff, the origin, I was looking this up, the origin of the Chanticleers. It's a character in Chaucer's The Nun's Priest Tale, a story within the Canterbury Tales. It's portrayed as a proud, courageous, and assertive rooster. Qualities that Coastal Carolina wanted to embody their athletic team.
Let's go.
They're proud and courageous, strutting roosters is what they do, Raffy. I was like, what is? I knew it was some type of bird or something. I was like, what is? So I looked it up. I'm like, okay, and think about this. Bird fighting is big out there too in North and South Carolina, man. So great name. Chanticleer. Make sure you get it right. Chanticleer. Go ahead, Raffy.
I was going to say, does Dave Van Horn versus the College World Series feel like Bobby Bowden versus Miami back in the 90s?
I think you're spot on with it, brother. It's sad. It's sad. Got a great game coming up on Saturday night, though, folks. It's The Drive. We got the history segment coming up. We'll be right back.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Your Nebraska Lottery announces the 2025 NASCAR Powerball Playoff. And it's a great way to get on track for a chance to win $1,000. From May 27th to June 23rd, buy $2 of Powerball, enter the voucher number online, and you could be one of 20 winners of $1,000 and a chance to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Roar into any Nebraska Lottery retailer and buy $2 of Powerball today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
RC's Boxing presents this Saturday at the Complex amateur fights with a little bare-knuckle bite. Some of Nebraska's best amateur boxing, along with a professional bare-knuckle bout between Jack Lawless Frericks and Jake Palmer, and a kickboxing bout between Demorio Dennis and Eric Murray Jr. Go get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com, where you can live stream this event as well. Doors open at 6 p.m. and first bout is at 7 p.m. this Saturday at the Complex at 1555 Yolanda Avenue.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, sunny skies, maybe breezy and hot with a high near 95. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mainly clear and breezy, low around 75. And tomorrow, lots of sunshine, breezy and hot with a high around 103. My meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Batter up! Join us this summer at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed Salt Dogs games running now through August. Visit saltdogs.com for updates on everything you need to know about weekly promotions, giveaways, and special events. That's where you'll find the latest updates to make sure you catch all the excitement and never miss a homestand you want to attend. Haymarket Park is your ticket to fun all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Summer is here, and it's time for Acres postseason planter parts sale. Save big on all in-stock John Deere planter parts. Get an automatic 10% off your purchase, or get 15% off when you spend $5,000 or more. Buy over $10,000 and get a whopping 20% off. Visit your local Acres location today and stock up on planter parts and save thousands. Hurry, this sale ends August 31st or while supplies last. Acres, your John Deere dealer.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
folks, we are back. We've got some history to discuss, and I'm going to hop right into it because some of this is going to resonate with what we talk about later on. In 2025 years ago, NBA Finals, Los Angeles Lakers beat the Indiana Pacers, ironically, who are in the playoffs right now, but seems like there's some news that Halliburton may not be playing in Game 6 because of a potential injury, but that's yet to be determined.
He's got a confirmed calf strain. It's just, Matt, he's going to go through walkthrough today to decide and if he can even go.
If he plays. So we'll see about that tonight. But they win 116-111 in Game 6 to win the franchise's first title in 12 years.
Yeah.
Which seemed like eternity for the Lakers, and Shaquille O'Neal was the MVP of that series. Rafferty, what you got, my man?
On this day in 1984, 41 years ago, with the third selection in the NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select at 6'6" from North Carolina, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
That's crazy.
To think that was 41 years ago, and to think about, if you have not watched that movie with Jordan called Air, you've got to watch it because there's so many lessons there. But literally 41 years ago, this guy literally he wasn't the pulse of the NBA. He was the heartbeat of the NBA. He moved the pulse. He moved the needle. He was the needle.
You know what other movie has great lessons?
Step Brothers.
Yeah, it's got great lessons.
Okay,
I'm not going to call him Dad.
I have not watched it yet because I could on the flight, the 4-hour flight. Raph, I actually forgot how far that flight was because we were texting back and forth in Orlando. My flight got changed to a direct flight rather than going to Dallas.
Which is nice.
Long story. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, long flight, 2.5, 240. Then I was like, no, bro, you're going basically from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah.
4 hours, 10 minutes. And so I started watching Den of Thieves 2, which is good.
Okay.
Yes. And they didn't have Step Brothers, and I was too late for me to download it. But Den of Thieves 2 I got about an hour left of it. So I'm going to check that out.
So, guys, we have to talk about our guest that's coming up next. So coming up next at 10 o'clock, we don't normally we'll just tease it and say stay tuned because there's a big guest. How about this? In 6 minutes, we're going to be joined by country music singer-songwriter Rodney Atkins. He'll be on the air. He'll be over the phone joining us on the Allo VIP line, but Rodney Atkins will join us. He's playing a show tomorrow night at the Icebox. So if you want, how about this? We're giving away 2 tickets to Rodney Atkins tomorrow at the Icebox. Text us now. Let's go texter number 11. Text 11 if you want tickets to Rodney Atkins tomorrow night. Make sure you text us your name, your phone number, and your email on the text line 402-464-5685. And if you are text number 11 that comes through, you'll win 2 tickets to Rodney Atkins tomorrow at the Icebox. But now let's go ahead and head to break, guys, because Rodney Atkins is going to join us. He has 7 minutes. They're very tight schedule. Rodney Atkins can join us for 7 minutes on the other side. So text number 11. I see him rolling through. I will reply to you individually from the ticket text line if you are our winner. But we're giving away 2 tickets to Rodney Atkins tomorrow night at the Icebox. But guys, send us to break, AD. We got Rodney Atkins on the other side.
Folks, we are watching you text these in. We'll be right back. This is Drive.
Lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Husker fans, the 2025 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in the Sea of Red at Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $185. This plan includes tickets to Michigan or USC, plus Akron or Houston Christian, and either Michigan State, Northwestern, or Iowa. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, Or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red!
RC's Boxing presents this Saturday at the Complex amateur fights with a little bare knuckle bite. Some of Nebraska's best amateur boxing, along with a professional bare knuckle bout between Jack Lawless Frericks and Jake Palmer, and a kickboxing bout between Demorio Dennis and Eric Murray Jr. Go get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com, where you can live stream this event as well. Doors open at 6 p.m. and first bout is at 7 p.m. this Saturday at the Complex at 1555 Yolanda Avenue.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, sunny skies, maybe breezy and hot with a high near 95. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mainly clear and breezy, low around 75. And tomorrow, lots of sunshine, breezy and hot with a high around 103. Meteorologist Kyle Huck from 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Looking to upgrade your hay equipment this season? Landmark Implement has a lineup of pre-owned balers and windrowers ready to go to work. In the race against time, make sure your hay equipment is up to the task. When you buy used hay equipment from Landmark, you're backed by our extensive parts and service network, complete with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you in the field. Shop all used hay equipment online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Your Nebraska Lottery announces the 2025 NASCAR Powerball Playoff. And it's a great way to get on track for a chance to win $1,000. From May 27th to June 23rd, buy $2 of Powerball, enter the voucher number online, and you could be one of 20 winners of $1,000 and a chance to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Roar into any Nebraska Lottery retailer and buy $2 of Powerball today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. We're going to hop right into it. We have Rodney Atkins on the line. Rodney Atkins. Rodney, good morning to you, sir. This is Aaron Davis, Nick Sainer, and Chris Raff.
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Rodney, I listened to a song last night you wrote in 2006, Watching You. I have a 27-year-old son, a 25-year-old son who just got married, and a 21-year-old daughter. And, brother, you had me in tears.
That means the world. That's about the coolest compliment you can get, man. Yeah, that song, it's crazy how, 20 years ago, but yet it's just as relevant today as it was all those years ago.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as you know, Ryder and Scout, your boys, it goes really fast. And so your song reminded me of a lot of other songs, but yours just really resonated because you talked about the mistake when he said the 4-letter word, and he goes, watching you, Dad, and he found you on your knees praying, watching you, Dad. So, Rodney, man, tremendous song. It's a pleasure to have you on. Chris Raff is going to be next with you, sir.
Hey, Rodney.
Thank you so
Good
much.
talking
It
to
means
you.
the
this
world.
morning.
It's so cool.
Absolutely.
Hey, Rodney. This is Chris Raff. It's great talking to you this morning. Question I have, it actually goes back to the Watching You song, too. What is it like 20 years later and stepping on stage and the revival of the song with the little buckaroo that's now 24 years old?
Man, it's pretty surreal. It's the craziest thing that I've experienced. We've only got to perform it together a couple times, but it hit me like, well, this is how it should have gone all along. This makes perfect sense now because the chorus is the kid's perspective. I've been watching you, Dad. Ain't that cool? And the verse is the dad kind of giving the play-by-play. It's got me for sure. It's kind of stopped me on stage a few times.
We're joined on the Ella VIP line by country singer, songwriter Rodney Atkins. Rodney, you got a show tomorrow night here in Lincoln. We'll get to that in just a moment. But we've talked about the one of the older songs, right, that you wrote early in your career. How about the new stuff? You got some new stuff that you're currently working on. What can you tell listeners, fans about that stuff, and just how excited you are for what's to come?
Yeah, man, we're very excited. One thing I love is coming out into the real world, away from Nashville, and playing songs for real people. So many times in my career, Watching You is a perfect example. When that song was new, what I was told by some professionals in Nashville, they'd say, look, buddy, that's a cute song, but I don't know if that many people want to hear you sing about your 4-year-old saying a 4-letter word. And I was always drawn to life songs. I got, that's a love song to me. Cleaning This Gun is a love song.
Yeah.
And so I'm about we songs, and this whole album is about that. It's about community. It's about coming together. It's not about us against them. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun songs, and they're a blast to play live, and I can't wait to try them out for everybody in Lincoln.
Rodney, before we get you out of here in the next couple of minutes, tell us your story, because I love hearing the way that singers and songwriters got their start, because there's a lot of adversity that especially if you're in the music scene around Nashville and things like that, maybe you hear the stories more often. But for us here in Lincoln, Nebraska, we don't get to hear many of these stories. So as somebody that was born in Tennessee and around the music, like, walk us through how you got started way back when.
I mean, for me, it goes all the way back to, I was born in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was surrendered to the state, and I was in an orphanage, a children's home called Holston Home for Children for a little while. I was adopted and returned twice, and then adopted by my parents. And talking about the past, you wind up where you're supposed to be. The family that adopted me, the man Alan Atkins is his name. He was always involved in directing choir, singing in church, helping other people figure out, how to sing harmony, and just he was just always involved in that. So I was always around music. And I was always too shy to sing, though. But somewhere in there, I started just wanting to write songs. I grew up in a place there wasn't a lot to do, but people played a lot of kind of bluegrass, front porch kind of music. So I got involved with that and just started trying to write songs. And then later, I played college baseball a couple of years, and then moved closer. So that was East Tennessee, where I grew up, where the mountains, the hillbillies are. Then I moved closer to Nashville and met some other people that wrote songs. Moved to Nashville in 95, so 30 years ago. And after that, the next year, somehow I wound up and I played a song for a guy that worked at Curb Records. And he said, all right, I'm going to sign you to a deal. And Mike Curb, who owns the label, I signed my record deal in 1996. But then people think when you sign a record deal, man, you've made it. It was 10 years. It was 10 years. Fortunately, Curb stuck with me, not to fling it against the wall, see if it sticks, and we'll stick with you if it does. But it was, they just kept saying, just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to figure it out. So 10 years later, I had a #1 song with If You're Going Through Hell, and then Watching You, and those other songs. So it took several years to even get up and running,
Yeah. Rodney, last question I got for you. This is AD again. Your story is amazing. Like I said, returned twice after being adopted, returned twice. That family that loved you and continued to love on you. What was your favorite song that you wrote? And also this, how powerful is it knowing in the world that we live in today that you have a gift that can bring people together?
That was the dream. That was honestly my prayer. Was I would say, God, I don't think I can get up in front of people and sing. That's not what I'm asking for. I just love to write songs that could touch people's lives. Real songs that not just ear candy and, just you forget it as soon as you heard it, but songs that really can touch people's lives. And I take a long time making records because I'm trying to find those kind of songs. And my favorite song, Watching You is always going to be so special because I didn't write it for anyone to hear but my 4-year-old son, because he got in trouble in pre-K for singing If You're Going Through Hell in the lunch line one day. and I just started thinking, I was trying to figure out how to record at home. That's how he heard me singing it. No one else had heard the song. And I got to thinking, my 4-year-old said a 4-letter word. I wonder if there's a song in that. Wow. And so that song's always going to be special because it's just a day, in our life, of the things that we do. And so many people say that it means so much to them.
Rodney, I love that story because, like you said, you were very vulnerable in that song because none of us as moms or dads are perfect. And you wrote about our imperfections, and it's inspired so many, man. Rodney, we can't thank you enough. Folks, we want to encourage you to get out to see Rodney
tomorrow night at the Ice Box. And Rodney, I hope you enjoy Lincoln. Have a great time, and we cannot thank you enough for joining us.
Oh, thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Rodney. You bet.
There it is. Rodney Atkins, singer-songwriter. We'll keep it here since we have plenty of time left in the segment, but a super cool situation there. We have a winner for the 2 tickets that we gave away. How about Jake Guidison? Hopefully I'm saying that last name correctly. Jake, I'll be replying with all your information. Send us your email as well. He was text number 11. Make sure you stay tuned throughout the entire day. We're going to continue to give away Rodney Atkins tickets here throughout our programs later on today for Rodney Atkins' show tomorrow night at the Ice Box. You heard it from the man himself, Watching You, his favorite song that he's ever written.
Man. Raff, those lyrics go to Watching You, a segment of it. We got back home and I went to the barn. I bowed my head and I prayed real hard. Said, Lord, please help me to help my stupid self. Then the side of bedtime later that night. turning on my son's Scooby-Doo nightlight. He crawled out of bed and he got down on his knees and he closed his little eyes, folded his little hands, and spoke to God like he was talking to a friend. I said, son, now, where'd you learn to pray like that? He said, I've been watching you, Dad. That, yeah, and just, we all make mistakes, not only as parents, but just as humans, but how he was able to write a song about his imperfections and Raff, how it's impacted so many people, man. Raff, you know what? You're going to have me getting some more Justin boots, brother.
Yeah, you're a cowboy at heart. I see it in your eyes. But yeah, it's funny about that too, was I just like last week, I don't know why I was just watching the Watching You 2.0 video that they put out with him and his son. And then all of a sudden today this happened. So I had been listening to a ton of Rodney Atkins leading up to today because he's got a ton of great songs. So it'll be a great concert tomorrow night at the Icebox.
Nick, I got to put him on my playlist for the golf course now.
Yeah,
man.
you do.
I
Absolutely do.
Put him on there,
the thing I will also say, guys, and like I just experienced Pinewood Bowl for the first time last week. Went to Billy Currington at Pinewood Bowl last week. But however, what I was going to say is these going to like PBA and those big time arenas, it's really, really cool, obviously, because you're with 14, 15,000 people. However, there is something even cooler about more intimate settings, something like whether it's Pinewood Bowl or tomorrow night with Rodney Atkins at the Icebox, because it's a smaller group of people in terms of a concert, right? You can't fit 20,000 into the Icebox. And so the fact that he's playing at a spot, a guy with the name of Rodney Atkins is playing at a spot like the Icebox, great get for the city of Lincoln. It's an awesome job by the folks over there at the Icebox to grab Rodney Atkins when they can. And it's going to be a great night over there at the Icebox tomorrow night. You can still get your tickets, but like I said, congrats to Jake. We're going to be in touch there to get you your tickets for the concert tomorrow night. But once again, just make sure you're tuning in all day long. We'll have more ticket giveaways for Rodney Atkins, and we can't thank Rodney and his team enough for tuning in and talking to us for a couple of minutes there. Very tight schedule, obviously, right? He's got to get to Lincoln. He's got to do sound checks today, sound checks tomorrow. He's got to take care of some business. So we appreciate him spending, 10 minutes or so with us.
You know what, guys, Raff and Nick, you know my sound checks, how long they take? About 1.5 seconds.
We should have asked him. Hey, AD's up there. Check. Okay, we good?
We're good.
Yep. All right, cool. I'll be on hole number 5 if you need me.
I just wanted to ask him if he wanted to sing a duet with me this morning, but
I'm sure that would have sounded real good with him over the phone and you over the stream. That would have sounded real good.
Hey, he said, wise minds prevailed. Eric goes, AD, don't turn to the dark side. No, man, I'm telling you, one of my favorite country songs is I can't think of it now. I Love This Bar by Toby Keith.
Yeah.
I love that one. That one right there. I was like, okay, I like how Toby Keith comes in there.
Rest in peace.
Yes, and he was just a legend. And think about Toby Keith, man. The dude, you didn't even know he was sick for a while. That he just announced it, until it was like, I'm really sick. And just seeing those songs that go on in history, that song there, Don't Take the Girl, that was another great one right there. And then country songs, they're kind of like just slow jam raps in a lot of ways, man. Everybody's talking about, a lesson they learned.
Here's what I will say though. If you hear Rodney's voice as you heard it over the phone there, it doesn't sound like much of a rap. I mean, it just doesn't sound like he could speed it up a whole lot.
Yeah. But I tell you, I know exactly where I was at too, because I texted Raff. He was asked where I was at. I was just passing the Embassy Suites on the Papio exit.
Yeah.
And it was crazy, as you know, Nick.
Oh yeah,
that's where it opened up.
Man,
It took me longer to get to that exit than it did to get home.
That darn traffic and construction going on. And people know I don't like construction.
Yeah.
That darn construction going on I-80 right now is causing a lot of issues.
The bottleneck coming out of downtown was ridiculous. So I was getting go over the Platte. I turned that song. I was like, okay, just top songs. Just Watching You.
Yep.
The song I had, Watching You, was by Club Nouveau back in the day. I've been watching. I was like, okay, it's not that one. Remix. Wrong one.
That's funny.
The murder mix. But I turned it on, and dude, then I find myself just getting teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Thinking about my sons, my daughter, but particularly little boys, because my boys, they have seen dad at his best and at his worst. Mm-hmm. And at the worst times at worst, it was self-inflicted worse. And they still loved me through it. Yeah. So that song he wrote, man, it was just a powerful song. That was definitely getting on the on the queue, man.
Yeah,
something get played on the queue.
Okay? Speaking of concerts, we have 4 minutes left in this segment before we can take a break. Speaking of concerts, best concert you guys have ever seen in person.
Raff, you go first.
Best concert I've ever seen in person was Garth Brooks at Devaney Sports Center back in '96, I believe.
Okay, interesting. What about you, AD?
You go next, Nick.
I'm actually going to lean. So I'm getting a lot better at going and seeing concerts, and like stepping out into the concert world. However, I actually am going to say Garth Brooks at Memorial Stadium. That was. I think venue has a lot to do with it, obviously, and being in Memorial Stadium, it was a perfect night for it as well. But being in Memorial Stadium and having somebody like Garth was pretty cool.
You guys
Also,
Raff.
Also, too, I was going to say, a concert like we're talking about, like the smaller type venues and stuff like that. My best one for that would have been Jason Boland and the Stragglers at Billy Bob's, Texas. Great venue.
You've been to total, Raff.
Concerts?
Yeah.
Oh,
that hurt. You okay, brother?
Yeah, I slammed my elbow on that.
Dropped like a brick on the table.
Oh, I slammed my elbow on the table and it hurts. And I have this live microphone here, and I was just like,
it shocked through your fingers.
Yeah. It's tingling still. Anyway,
that was a big.
But anyway, okay. How many concerts, Raff? Let's not bury the lead.
Been to, Raff?
I don't know, maybe like 25, 30. I used to go to a lot of like the Red Dirt Country when they'd come through Lincoln, like when Dierks Bentley was just getting started, and Cross Canadian Ragweed and all those Red Dirt Country people. But the one down in Texas, I met Jason Boland that night, and I told him when he come to Lincoln that he'd better remember me. And he came to Lincoln, and after the concert, I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, do you remember me?" He looked at me, deer in headlights. All of a sudden, he goes, "Oh my God, Billy Bob's, Texas. Get in the bus." And we rode around in his bus all night long partying. It was crazy.
That only happens to Chris. That only happens to a guy like Raff. You know what? How could I? You know what? I need to change my answer. The one I just saw at Red Rocks was spectacular.
Yeah,
but venue has a thing to do with it.
It does. See, growing up, we weren't allowed to go to a lot of concerts.
Yeah,
none. I mean, everybody be singing, God is good, Jesus
gospel
my Lord.
blues.
Yeah, gospel, and not even the blues, just the gospel.
Just the gospel.
So I've been to 4 concerts. Shaba Ranks.
Okay.
Shaba.
Yep.
I went to. I seen when Mumford and Sons came to Pinewood Bowl.
They're coming this year.
To Pinewood?
I don't know. I don't know if they're coming in October.
Their concert was insane, man, out at Pinewood Bowl. I have been to John Legend.
Okay.
I've seen John Legend, which was that was in Omaha. He was off the chains.
Mumford and Sons is coming to CHI Health in Omaha.
I was gonna say they're huge. That was when they were just
they're releasing new music too. They're still out here.
I love Mumford and Sons, man. And the last one, the first country concert I went to, Florida Georgia Line.
Okay, no longer a thing.
Yeah, they broke up.
They broke up. They
why a lot of good bands break up, man?
Well, they had some stuff going on.
Man, it's like Cool in the Gang.
Now you got
Don't come back together. Give it time.
Yeah, they'll have like a revival. Like everybody does this where it's like they break up and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, we're getting the band back together.
It was me and Michael Dixon, Raff. We were the only brothers in PBA. And we saw each other the nod, but they started playing that Devil Goes Down to Georgia. Boom, 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 ding, 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 boom, 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 ding, 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 ding. And I was like, okay, I see you, dog.
Start bobbing your element. No, because the lead singer Tyler Hubbard now is off on his own doing his own music and all that stuff.
So you don't think they'll get back together?
No, they'll all have like a revival where it's like 15 years down the road, be like, hey, remember Florida Georgia Line? We're back. They're gonna do the whole like Michael Jordan, I'm back thing. Like it's gonna be the whole thing.
See, first new edition of Bobby Brown. Now we got Florida Georgia Line breaking up. Man, what's going on, Raff?
This is old news.
Is anything sacred?
Florida Georgia, is anything sacred anymore?
Michael F. Jackson 5. I'll never understand it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I mean, folks, it was so
funny.
cool having Rodney Atkins on here. Again, the concert is tomorrow night. You definitely want to check that out. They'll be giving away tickets. We'll be giving away tickets all day. Stay tuned, folks. When we come back, there has been big news. We're talking about big news that is taking place in the NBA. We'll discuss when we come back.
Your Nebraska Lottery announces the 2025 NASCAR Powerball Playoff. And it's a great way to get on track for a chance to win $1,000. From May 27th to June 23rd, buy $2 of Powerball, enter the voucher number online, and you could be one of 20 winners of $1,000 and a chance to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Roar into any Nebraska Lottery retailer and buy $2 of Powerball today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
In dealing with the high interest rates, it's very important that you get as much bang for the buck. And that's what our Remington Homes is all about.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, whether you want painted trim or other upgrades. Those are all options with our Remington Homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, the sunny skies will be breezy and hot with a high near 95. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mainly clear and breezy, low around 75. And tomorrow, lots of sunshine, breezy and hot with a high around 103. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck from 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Batter up! Join us this summer at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed Salt Dogs games running now through August. Visit saltdogs.com for updates on everything you need to know about weekly promotions, giveaways, and special events. That's where you'll find the latest updates to make sure you catch all the excitement and never miss a homestand you want to attend. Haymarket Park is your ticket to fun all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
Vershawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Husker fans, the 2025 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in the Sea of Red at Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $185. This plan includes tickets to Michigan or USC, plus Akron or Houston Christian, and either Michigan State, Northwestern, or Iowa. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, man. The laughs that we have off the air is hilarious, man. Unknown texter 2049, good morning. He goes, Florida, Georgia line will never get back together. They broke up over politics. Oh my goodness.
Never say never.
What'd you say, Raff?
Never say never.
Yeah.
This is my issue is I just don't follow pop culture enough to where I follow sports pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't follow
music,
like other pop culture stuff,
like beefs and things like that.
Like.
Well, hopefully they don't let it get to them that bad. I mean,
they did. They broke up.
They broke up.
Yeah,
They did. But I mean, bad enough to where it's irreparable. You know what I'm saying? I hope they can take it. Because you know what, guys, I'm gonna tell you something, man. In this world we live in, I'm not going that where you think I'm going. Man, we are here for just a second. And Raff, and Nick and Raff, I've literally adopted what you do because for years, and Raff still does. He goes, AD, I don't watch the news. I stay enough to know what's informed, and that's it.
I don't watch the news.
So when I changed my schedule up to get, from getting to bed earlier and then getting up earlier, and Raff, I appreciate you doing this too, dog. I was thinking about you. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to miss anything. By listening to 29 and a half minutes of bad news of who hates who, that party hates that party, this person hates that person, there was a flood, a hurricane, tornado, and you get about 45 seconds of sports and you go to bed. I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. So it just changed my whole, literally just my mentality up. Because you look on social media today, there's people from all sizes dropping hate towards each other. I'm just like, dude, we ain't here that long.
Nope.
At your funeral, no one's gonna be asking, what political party you were. So life is too short. That's why I love this. I love music. Music has a way to bring people together. Nick, that concert you were at last week, and Raff told you, wait till it gets dark and you see the Denver skyline
that was
back.
Special.
How obviously, folks, I'm not talking about like a spirit, but it's like a spiritual experience of just
you get goosebumps. Like the actual progress of like going from you get there. I mean, we got there at like 5 o'clock and the concert didn't start till 8 or whatever. And you have openers and things like that started at 7. But like you walk up, if you've been to Red Rocks, like you walk up this incredibly long hill. We didn't take a shuttle. We probably should, looking back, because my heart rate got up to a 189.
It'll do it.
The altitude will do it as well. Possibly beverages. But anyway, so we walked up this tall mountain or whatever, essentially. And you stand at the bottom, you're like, oh, this is just a gradual incline. It's going to be just fine. But those steps are so far apart. It is tough. But you like sit up there and you're like, okay, yeah, here we go. It's like it's bright, it's sunny out. You can see everything. You can see the entire landscape.
Yeah.
And then just gradually, as the music starts, just gradually it starts to get darker and darker and darker. And then eventually it's as dark as can be, and you just have the lights of the downtown skyline.
Let me ask
you. And you can see like little cities, like you can see like Castle Rock over to the right, and you can see Denver over to the left, and you can see. I mean, it is super cool.
Let me ask you both something. Raff, Nick, have you ever seen that movie White Man Can't Jump?
I have.
Raff, I know you have. Remember that part where they're in the car, and he says, "You can't hear Jimi Hendrix. You can't hear Jimi Hendrix." He's talking to Wesley Snipes, who's playing the character. Nick, I'm gonna ask you this. Raff, I'm gonna ask you this. Raff, I'll start with you first. What concert did you go to, or what music have you listened to when you listen to it, you were there? I mean, it just moves you.
I think venue has a lot to do with it.
But I mean a song. It doesn't have to be a venue, but just a song to where you're present. I mean, you were totally present. Let's go. Okay, let's go.
I got one.
Go ahead.
I got one. I don't mean this for you to get emotional, AD, but your dad's funeral, it was wild because we were at your dad's funeral, but we didn't know whether to give a standing ovation after the performances because they were so powerful and so good. It was like people were like clapping, not wanting to clap, to give a standing ovation because I mean I definitely was there. That music was so good that day.
It was that gospel from the core, from the soul. And Raff, I appreciate that because as you know, I was blubbering for obvious reasons. Rodney was raised in church and around church.
Yeah.
And he mentioned how that music, it hits your soul, it hits your core. What about you, Swim?
Geez, this is going to be on a lighter note. Getting Jiggy with It by Will Smith. That's the one.
Little contrast.
Yeah, a little bit different. But that's the one that really gets me excited. That's when you said it, and it's unfortunate that I probably should have went first there because it was on a much lighter note. But that's the one that I'm gonna. I love it. He said that's the one I'm gonna go with. Somebody else talk.
That was awesome.
Oh, I love it, man. We go from deep, spirituals have been along in the DNA of Black Fabric for years. And it goes, well, mine's getting jiggy with it.
Take me back to the Tanner's Bar and Grill in Kansas City, Missouri, where I sang it in karaoke for the first time. And people wanted an encore because I started walking around. They started to get a wireless microphone. They got the wireless microphone out for me at the Tanner's Bar and Grill down in Kansas City after a Royals game because I was trying to walk around the bar singing it, and it was a wired microphone. So they brought in the middle of the song. They had me switch microphones so I could start walking around the entire bar with it.
Goodness!
And then I ran into somebody from high school, and it was kind of bizarre, but I got embarrassed.
Hey, Thunderstruck 8598 says Thunderstruck. That'll get you every time. One-Eyed Ray, he goes, my fiance, first of all, good morning to you, One-Eyed Ray. My fiance took me to a Chance the Rapper, and he was making fun of me for being the oldest guy there. I pointed out someone older. She says he's selling beer.
Oh, geez. That's too bad. Guys, it's a big night tonight.
Yes, it
as
is.
We can transition over to sports. It's a big night tonight. Obviously, Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Are you excited, AD?
I am excited. I'm intrigued if Halliburton's going to play or not. Because I'm going to say this right now. If he's not playing, they're in trouble. They are in major trouble if he's not playing. I'll put it this way. And Raff, this is how I feel. I feel if he's not at least at 80%, they're in trouble. Just to have as a threat, even if he's not at their main focus, kind of like
as an option.
As an option. And or even as a it's just even as a distraction, a decoy. But if he's not on the court, I think they have some major issues, Raff. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think whether he's injured or not, I think they have some major issues. I think the OKC Thunder, SGA, Jalen Williams, I think they end it tonight because you look back at Halliburton the last game, he's going to have, I think that's still on his mind, the way with that injury, not playing up to the standards that he wanted to. So I think that tonight's the night. I think OKC wins the series.
This feels like a big night for Pascal Siakam.
I'd agree.
It just feels like a massive night for a guy like him, to where with whether or not Tyrese Haliburton plays, now granted, if it's a situation where Tyrese doesn't play, I know we've talked about how the road team this entire playoff hasn't had much issue winning or at least being competitive on the road. But at least this game is at home for the Indiana Pacers if Tyrese Haliburton cannot go, right? Like I would give them a very, very slim chance to win without Haliburton on the road. But since they're at home, crazy things happen, right? Crazy things can happen. Pascal Siakam can step up. Nembhard can step up. Even a guy like Matern. TJ McConnell's been phenomenal off the bench in a couple of games for him, just kind of being a Swiss Army knife, kind of do it all, grind it out, just I mean this in a good way, just a dirty, annoying player. So there's an avenue there for the Indiana Pacers to win at home tonight. If that means that Tyrese Haliburton sits out or is very, very limited tonight in order for him to be okay for Game 7. Because we talked about, right? Like it's 3 days off. Like the next game will be on Sunday night, if my math is correct. The next game would be on Sunday night. Like there would be a couple of more days for him to get just all the treatment in the world for him and go forward with that kind of in mind. It just feels like a big night for the rest of the Pacers. Now, one thing that we'll say is look at what the Pacers have done that have gotten them to this point. It's been just this resilient effort to where it's a blend of, okay, we knew Oklahoma City was as good as advertised, but with the Indiana Pacers, it's just they just never quit. They're never out of a fight. And part of that's been because last second heroics from Tyrese Haliburton, but also it's taken an entire team effort when they've been down by 16 with a couple of minutes left. It's taken a whole team effort when they've been down 12 with a couple of minutes left. And so that type of mentality is going to kind of win them the game tonight, I think.
Yeah, it's one thing that I'm not going to do is that the basketball world has done in general is counting out Indiana. And sometimes a wounded animal is the worst one. You back them in a corner and they do it because they're injured. You know, they just come, they throw everything at you. So it's going to be interesting in the game tonight. Obviously the Pacers, they lose this one, it's a wrap. They will be going fishing as far as that goes. But we got some more NBA action to talk when we come back as well.
Well, yeah, and I was going to also add this, like you talk about the opportunity that's in front. If Haliburton from a health standpoint is good to go, like this is his opportunity to be viewed as a dude in the NBA. Yeah. This is when we talk about like I don't want to equate it to like a flu game for Michael Jordan, but what I'm saying is when we talk about like superstars in the NBA, we always put the association of tiers,
right?
Like, okay, tier 1, tier 2, things like that. And Haliburton might not be considered in the tier with like the Nikola Jokic's, maybe even the Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders of the world, but he's been in that next tier. Like this is an opportunity if he can fight through a calf strain and be good enough to lead his team to victory today, and then who knows what happens on Sunday on the road in OKC. We are going to then elevate our thinking around Tyrese Haliburton.
Yeah, this is one of those games that you look at like Willis Reed. You said Michael Jordan. Maybe not to that level, but I think this is the game. You always talk about, players and coaches having that game that kind of stamps the one you talk about. And I think this would be the Haliburton game that if he's able to play and perform well tonight, this is the one that kind of stamps his career. Like, hey, do you remember that time when Haliburton stepped up? He was injured in the finals. So I think it has a chance to be one of those games that, puts a stamp on him for tonight.
I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be a great one to watch. I hope you all as well. Bill Bennett says, "For Whom the Bell Tolls" by Metallica gets me every time. Talking about songs. Pete Ferguson says, "Not the Will Smith of our time, AD." Talking about getting jiggy with it, Nick.
Sit me on the 50-yard line with the Raiders. Met Ali, he told me I'm the greatest.
Get it, Nick.
I got the fever. Okay, I could go on and on. I know it's bad. I know it by heart. It's incredible.
I tell you, the songs that get me, one is, I got a lot, but one is Bob Dylan, "Ring Them Bells."
Okay.
If you haven't heard that one, listen to "Ring Them Bells." A lot of symbolic to that. Symbolism with that. And also there was a song we used to sing at church, man. "I'm so glad the trouble don't last always, even though you're weeping may endure the night. Keep the faith and you'll see the light." Trouble don't last always, man.
Raff, we must have had it been there. I must have had to be there.
I was going with it.
I'm kidding.
We got brother Nick.
I'll tell you.
All right, Nick is gonna hop up here on the altar and give us a little bit of gospel blues. Send me on the 50-yard line with the Raiders. Met Ali, he told me I'm the greatest. Just break out. Here we go.
That's what the Beach Boys. I've been listening to a lot of Beach Boys the last couple of days.
Yeah, I was rocking God knows on the airplane quite a bit. Yeah, man, we've lost some Sly Stone, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost some monsters in the industry, of course, man. They were monsters, hit writers, and they literally were culture changers. Really were, man. Folks, we come back. We got the RGTZ, and just so you know, we'll discuss that NBA deal that took place that's almost in ink when we come back as well. It's The Drive.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Looking to upgrade your hay equipment this season? Landmark Implement has a lineup of pre-owned balers and windrowers ready to go to work. In the race against time, make sure your hay equipment is up to the task. When you buy used hay equipment from Landmark, you're backed by our extensive parts and service network, complete with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you in the field. Shop all used hay equipment online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at lincolnstars.com today before it sells out.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks. All right, folks. All right, folks. All right, folks.
Good,
all right,
just play it
folks.
up. Good, that's good. That's good.
Well, folks, the Bus family is to sell the Lakers for $10 billion. Recently, past couple years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. But anyway, the Celtics sold for a record at that time, I think a little over $6 billion, and the Lakers sell it to Dodgers owner Mark Walter, according to sources. Obviously, a deal of this magnitude has been in the works for a long time. There's still some approvals, but those things are just basically at that point just customary work that'll be done. Raff, what's your thoughts on this sale? And knowing that Dr. Bus bought it for what did he buy for? $63 million all those years ago?
Yep, $67 million.
$67 million. I think he had a heck of a return on his money. God rest his soul. What's your thoughts initially on it, Raff?
Well, at first I was curious, but then when I heard the setup of it, and if they have it right, Jeannie Buss will continue to be the governor of the Lakers, so she'll still be making the calls and stuff like that. And then the second person you always think of when there's a purchase of this magnitude with the Lakers, and a guy that definitely has, that not that kind of money, but has money to make that sort of purchase, would be Magic Johnson. And Magic Johnson was very, he's like, yeah, this was a great move. I've congratulated Jeannie on the move. This is great for the Lakers. Nobody wants to win more than Mr. Walter does. So I think it's good, for the future of the Lakers, even though I think it would have been fine with the Buss family, but I think this just solidifies it, especially financially now.
How about this, guys? So Mark Walter, you mentioned his name just a moment ago. By the way, he's a grad of Creighton. He went to Creighton University. How about this, though? Walter owns and has controlling interest in these teams and organizations. Now, in addition to the Los Angeles Lakers, he already had controlling interest in the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Premier League soccer club Chelsea, the entire professional women's hockey league,
all of it.
And through TWG Motorsports, he owns several auto racing teams, including Cadillac Formula One team.
That is
a lot.
That is a
There's
lot.
a lot.
The funny thing about that also too is you notice he's got ownership in the Dodgers, and guess who else has ownership in the Dodgers? Magic Johnson. So there's your connection.
Those guys have done very well with the portfolio under their control. The Lakers sell for $10 billion. Not final yet, but most likely, in all dues and purposes, it will be final.
It's crazy because just a couple of years ago, or it might have even been last year, this was only valued. The Lakers were valued at a little over $7 billion. And so it's fascinating to kind of think about, number one, what have they done in the last year to raise that valuation by $3 billion? But then on top of that is just the amount of money that it's selling for. Like, even though they haven't won a title in a while, the Lakers, like, here they are still one of the most valuable franchises. And they just had new naming rights to their arena, right? Crypto.com. It's no longer the Staples Center. The Clippers have their own arena now. So like, they are obviously one of the biggest media markets in the world. And we know the way that the Dodgers spend money in Major League Baseball.
Right.
It'll be very interesting to see how aggressive Mark Walter and that entire organization with the Lakers now, in addition to what they already were, how much they kind of flex their muscles going forward in free agency, trying to get LeBron another championship before he retires.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting who they surround him with, because, obviously the roster of the Lakers is always so fluid, like a lot of other organizations, but it seems like LA has just been in and out, revolving door.
Yeah.
Raffy, what you got, my man?
All right. First, just so everybody know, we're sponsored by Doors Plus. If garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Honda's team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more. All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take is actually a tribute, and that tribute goes out to my friend Chuck Hoffman. We lost Chuck 3 years ago today. Just looking back on, Chuck's life, he's that guy that he got along with everybody. He had no enemies, just the nicest guy, the best person. So I just wanted to give Raff's Good Take out to him today, just to let his family know, and just know that Chuck has never forgotten the impact that he made on this world. Definitely have made a huge impact on my life. During probably one of the hardest years of my life, Chuck was that guy that kind of brought me back. So, Chuck Hoffman, you are Raff's Good Take.
I love it, man. May he rest in peace, and thoughts and prayers to his family on today, and to you as well, Raff, if you pay homage to him and remember him for those good times as well. Folks, for the 80 attitude adjustment today, it really goes along with what Dennison had mentioned, is perspective. It really is perspective. I was texting a number of buddies, and obviously our group chat, and Raff, and glad that DF is back doing better, because DF has been sick, pretty sick.
He just texted me down 71 pounds now today. He weighed in this morning down 71 pounds, but he's also been under the weather.
Yeah, he is.
Still counts.
Yeah, I texted him earlier this morning. He's finally made it back to work, but just your energy and your
absolutely,
just as far as your energy levels, as far as that goes. So continue thoughts and prayers to DF. But perspective is something, because as I sat in that airport on Tuesday, all day for the most part, I'm like, you know what? And I started looking at all these little kids, the ones that were coming back, ready to take off for Disney, and the ones that were coming back from Disney. And just watching those little kids and their parents, the joy, the thrill. And I'm telling you, folks, it's going to go quick. So I remember taking our kids when they were younger, and you could see the parents. One parent that really stuck out to me the most was the kid was just losing it. I mean, he was having a meltdown. And he looked at him and said, "But didn't we have fun at Disney?" The little kid stopped. And he says, "Tell me the funnest parts you had." So I'm thinking, there you go. They're telling him what's going on. And it just changed the whole perspective of that student's, that kid's breakdown that he was having. But it shows you to keep things in perspective, folks. And like I said, that time in the airport was good for a lot of different reasons. It would have been nice not to be inconvenienced, but you know what? We all deal with inconveniences. It's all about perspective. Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everyone. Have a great day. Remember, be nice to each other, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
RC's Boxing presents this Saturday at the Complex amateur fights with a little bare knuckle bite. Some of Nebraska's best amateur boxing, along with a professional bare knuckle bout between Jack Lawless Frericks and Jake Palmer, and a kickboxing bout between Demorio Dennis and Eric Murray Jr. Go get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com, where you can live stream this event as well. Doors open at 6 p.m. and first bout is at 7 p.m. this Saturday at the Complex at 1555 Yolanda Avenue.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln. Spring sports are here.